Shubhodayam. Welcome all to this yet another interesting session by Dr. CSR Prabhu garu on Aparoksha Anubhooti. This is the second lecture, and tomorrow it will be the final third one. So before we start, let's have our respects to the nation by singing Vande Mataram. Just Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Sujalam Sufalam Malayaj Sitalam Sasya Syamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Subrajosna Pulakitayaminim Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhurabhashinim Sukhadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. Now I request Sudhir Patarji to chant Pradhana, please.
Let's begin with 1 minute meditation. Om Ganana Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvannutibhissidasadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavitrявatu Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guroh Paramam Shishurasmi Guroh Matirasti Gurau Mam Pahi Guro Jnananandamayan Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Asato Ma Sadgamaya तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you very much, Sudhir Patarji, for the Pradhana. Now I request our speaker, Dr. Prabhu Garu. Welcome, Prabhu Garu. Namaskaram. Subhodayam. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, now you can unmute yourself. And yeah, Subhodayam, Prabhu Garu.
Subhodayam.
Now you can start the webinar, please.
Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaaya Kartrubhyo Vamsarshibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. The Aparoksha Anubhooti. We begin with once again the prayer to Sri Hari. Sri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamya. So I will start from the shloka number 50. Brahmaeva sarvanamani rupani vividhani cha karmanyapi samagrani vibharti tisrutirjagau akasho havai nama rupayo nirvahita te yadantara tad brahma. Brahman is all forms, all names, all actions are being held. The concept of Brahman is that which is everything. It encompasses everything, and all actions are performed under the supervision of Brahman, all actions, because he is the original cause, he or it. You can call in many names, any name of God. The popular name of Brahman is God. Swalpamapyantaram krutva jivatma paramatmano yuvatisthati mudhatma bhayam tasya vibhashitam. This is a very important statement. You may also repeat this. Swalpamapi antaram krutva jivatma paramatmano yo avatisthati mudhatma bhayam tasya abhibhashitam. Now all problems, including fear, bhayam, originate from duality of not seeing oneness, because in oneness there is no second entity out of which there is a fear or conflict or hatred or jealousy. If you distinguish between yourself and God, even in a microscopic, minutest degree, then you are welcoming on your own the serious problems of all kinds which we face. In fact, all the problems which we see today, including the wars which you are seeing today, and the individual problems between individuals, and negative emotions like fear, jealousy, anger between individuals, and within the individual, all these are originating due to the inability to see oneness, Advaita. So Advaita is not a research level theoretical topic useful only in such courses, but in reality, in practical life, Advaita is the only way to solve or prevent or overcome all problems. Swalpamapyantaram krutva jivatma paramatmano yo avatisthati moodhatma bhayam tasya abhibhashita. Bhayam, fear, will come only when there are two, I and somebody else or something else, out of which I am afraid. If there is only one, there is no scope for fear. Suvarna jayamanasya suvarnatvam cha sashvatam brahmano jayamanasya brahmatvam cha tadha bhavet. Just like all the ornaments, even though they are destroyed or modified or melted, they become, the gold remains the same. So Brahman remains the same. Jivatma, Paramatma, Bhed, even if it is little done, like it happens in normal life, such a person, Mudhatma, we are all Mudhatmas, Bhayam Tasya Abhibhashitam. We will definitely be subjected to fear. So this is due to Maya that you will be seeing these kind of differences and rising and arising conflicts, which you can see today, in, even up to the wars, big wars which are happening. Yatra jnanat bhavet dvaitam itarastatra pasyati atmatvena yada sarvam netarastatra chanvapi. You can also read once again with me. Yatra ajnanat bhavet dvaitam itaraha tatra pasyati atmatvena yada sarvam netarastatra chanvapi. Yatra ajnanat, due to ignorance, bhavet dvaitam, duality is seen or multiplicity is seen. Itaras tatra pashyati. Then you see the other one. Itara is other, the other. The problem is when you see the other. Atmatvena yada sarvam. If you can see, even that person is only yourself. So even your enemy is nothing but your own, yourself only. Your neighbor, your colleague, your husband, wife, or son, or colleague, or superior, or subordinate, or brother, or any neighbor. If you realize that it's same as you, then there is no fear, there is no conflict, there is no hatred, there is no war. That is the supremacy of the Advaita Siddhanta. Yatra hi dvaitameva bhavati tadikaram itaram pasyati yatra tasya sarvam atmaiva bhut tat kena kam pasyet. This is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. What can you see a separate one for a jnani? So for a jnani, even Anu api, smallest atom also, will not be seen as different. Yatra ajnanat bhavet dvaitam itarastatra pasyati atmatvena yada sarvam na itarastatra chanvapi. All these people who are fighting wars, they are based on religious ideologies originally. In fact, at the root of all wars is the religious ideology. The conflict between Judaism and Islam is the root cause of wars between Israel and Middle East. And similarly, conflict between Christianity and Judaism was the cause of the World War II, where Hitler killed a large number of Jews. So, unfortunately, religion, which is supposed to be giving you ultimate peace and solace and happiness, is the cause of the conflicts. And why is it like that? Because we are not able to understand the true philosophy of oneness of Advaita. Yasmin sarvani bhutani hi atmanyeva vijanataha navaitasya bhaven moho na cha shogo advitiyataha. So you remember this quotation from Ishavasya Upanishad. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmanyo vijanataha kam mohaha kas shokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Where is moha and where is shoka for the person who sees oneness? This is from the Ishavasya. Here it is modified. Navaitasya bhaven mohaha nacha shokaha advitiyataha. What is the reason? There is no second one from which you can fear, from which you can have a conflict, or from which you can have anger or lust or greed. Because there is no second one, there is only one, and that is you. That is Advaita Sthiti. So the more you are established in the Advaita Sthiti, the more you are going to be happy. The less you are established in Advaita, the less you are going to be happy. Because happiness is based upon your identification of oneness. Ayamatma hi brahmaiva sarvatmakataya sthitaha iti nirdharitam shrucha brihadaranya samsthaya. So Brihadaranya Upanishad also, Ayamatma Brahma is a Mahavakya from the Mandukya Upanishad. Sarvatmakataya sthitaha. Brahman is Sarvatmakata. Ayamatma Brahma is this self is everything. So to realize that oneness, oneself of everything to be yourself, that is moksha sthiti, moksha jnana, jnana sthiti, and that jnana alone will give you happiness and peace, not only for the people in this course or who are listening to my lecture or those who meditate deeply. They can realize Dhyanena Atmani Pashyanti Kechidatmanam Atmana Anye Sankhena Yogena Karma Yogena Sapare Anyet Majananta Srutva Anyebhya Upasate Te Apicha Amritaranti Eva Mrityum Sruti Parayana. This is Gita. So people see this oneness of experience of the Supreme Being in meditation, dhyana. Dhyanena Atmani Pashyanti Kechid Atmanam Atmana. Anye Sankhena, the others see through Sankhya. Dhyana, Sankhya also means to Jnana. Dhyanena Atmani Pashyanti Kechid Atmanam Atmana. Anye Sankhena Yogena Karma Yogena Chapare. Anye Tveva Majananta Srutva Anyebhya Upasate. Those who don't know all this, listen from others, and even they see the oneness. Te pichanti tarantyeva mrityum srutiparayana. So even those who are listening from others, or those who are able to understand Shruti, that is the Veda and the Upanishad, they will also be liberated. So the true Advaitic knowledge alone will give you freedom and liberation from the misery of life and death which we are facing today. Anubhoto vyam loko vyavaharakshamopi san asadrupo yadha swapna uttarakshana badhataha. So in this world, in practice, in fact, Shankaracharya admitted Maya as the practical reality. Within practice, vyavahara, anubhuto api ayam lokaha vyavaharakshamopi san. You know, in this world, you will get all kinds of experiences, and all due to Maya, which are false. That's why due to the false perception and false experience, there is conflict and there is war, there is fear, there is misery. Anubhuto api ayam lokaha vyavaharakshamopi san asadrupo yadha swapnaha uttarakshana badhataha. But it is delusion only, because the very next second, we have seen in our life many people who fight with each other, who abuse. Suddenly they will change. Suddenly they behave as if nothing happened. Suddenly they become friends. Suddenly they become enemies. Again, suddenly they become friends. We are seeing this in politics as well as in our house. Swapno jagarane alika swapne pinahi jagaraha. Dvayameva laye nasti layopihi ubhayornadha. Nachar. And what is the validity of the experiences in our day-to-day life in comparison with the experience in the dream state? None. Because when you are in dream state, your waking state is invalid, it is false, nothing is there. Just like when you are in waking state, you will declare that your dream state experience, the so-called reality in dream state, is fake and false, nothing is there. And the third state in deep sleep, both dream and waking state experiences are negated, nullified, they don't exist. So you are shuttling between the three states, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushuptishu. So when you are in one state, the other two states are invalid. The experiences, the so-called reality of the other two states is non-existent in all the three states. But you are existent in all the three. That's why you are the reality. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushuptishu, Sputatara, Ya Samidujrumbhate, Ya Brahmadi Pipelikantanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini, Sa Evaham Nacha Drushtavastviti Dृढ़ Prajna Yasyasti, Chet Chandalostu Satudvijostu Gururityesha Manisha Mama. There's a book called Manisha Panchakam, which is also there in this Shankara Grantharatnavali, the collection of complete works of Shankaracharya, where the context is that there is a Chandala appearing in Kasi, and the disciples who are surrounding Shankaracharya walking on the streets of Kasi ask that Chandala to go away. Gacha gacha. So that Chandala asks a question to Shankaracharya, who is in the middle of his disciples group. Annamaya, Annamaya. If you are talking of the Annamaya Sarira, that is this physical body which is born and sustained out of food, your physical body and my physical body are the same because they are both sustained only on food. Athava Chaitanya Chaitanyameva, or alternatively, other than the body, if the self Chaitanya, if you are referring to that as me and you, it is one and the same. Therefore, Kuruvara Duri Kartum Kim, which one should be sent away and why? So, for that question, the answer given by Adi Shankaracharya is in 5 slokas. The only one sloka I'll quote now. Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Sputataraya Samidujrumbhade. That Samvit, the pure principle of intelligence, the ability to know, the knower, feeler, thinker, enjoy consciousness, which is shuttling between Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti states. Ya Samidujrumbhate, Ya Brahmadi Pipilikantanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini. That same Samvit, same Chaitanyam, the principle of intelligence, the spark of intelligence, consciousness, is there right from the Chaturmukha Brahma, the creator, up to a pipilika, an ordinary insect or amoeba or an animal or a blade of grass. Brahmadi Pipilikantanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini, that same self is the observer, feeler, thinker, oneself of the universe. Advaita Sthiti. Saevaham, I am that, not the visible body, nacha drishtavastu. Iti dೃಢ prajna yasyasti. He who has a strong established conviction of this universal oneness reality, whether he is Chandala or whether he is Brahmana, Chandalostu satu dvijostu. He is my guru. That's what Shankaracharya prostrates, because that Chandala is none other than Lord Shiva himself appearing in disguise to test Adi Shankaracharya in the Kashi city. So the same thing is being told here. Swapno jagarane alikaha, swapnepi nahi jagaraha, dvayame valaye nasti, layopi ubhayorna. So in each one of them, the other two don't exist and the experience of other two are invalid. Trayamevam bhaven mithya gunatraya vinirmitam. All the three are part of the illusion. Mithya, made out of the three, this mithya is made out of the three gunas in the three states. Asya drashta gunatitaha. That is the point. He who is shuttling, the drashta, what Patanjali has told of, tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. In the state of yoga, the drashta is in his swarupa. This drashta, gunatitaha, he is beyond the three gunas, nityaha, ekaha, chit atmakaha. These three states, all the three are illusory. The one who is experiencing or seeing or feeling or thinking or observing, the observer, avyaya purusha sakshi kshetrajno akshara evacha, that is consciousness, the self I, is one without a second. I am sitting in my own state. If I remain in my own state, I am remaining one without a second. And that's it. All the rest is illusion created by the Prakriti, Maya and Manas or Chitta. But he is Chit. Yadvan mriti ghata bhranti sukto varajata sthitim tadvat brahmani jivatvam bhrantya pashyati nasvataha. So just as the pots are appearing as if they exist, but they are nothing but the mud. And just as the silver, which doesn't exist, appears to exist in the mother of pearl, the shell. Similarly, in Brahman, the truth is only God. Jivatvam, bhrantya pashyati nasvataha. The individuality is appearing due to bhranti, not in its own reality. So whatever we see cannot be trusted because it is a temporary so-called reality which cannot be trusted. Yadha hridi gatho nama kanake kundalabhidha. Yadha mrudi ghato nama kanake kundalabhidha. Sukto hi rajatakhyaatihi jiva shabdas tatha pare. So in the mud, the pot is appearing as if it is different from mud. And in the gold, the ornament, particular necklace or ring, is appearing as if it is different. So the jiva is appearing as if it is different from in the pare. Yadheva vyomni nilatvam yadha niram marusthale purushatvam yadha sthano tadvad vishvam chidatmani. In the pure consciousness, like in the space, blue color appears in the sky due to some other reason. The space has no color. And also the illusion of water in mirage. In this pure consciousness, the infinite, supreme pure consciousness of Paramatma, the whole universe is superimposed. And what is that superimposition? It varies from person to person. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyan atmani mayaya bahirivodbhutam yadha nidraya. Just like in a dream, so-called reality manifests from inside your mind as if it is outside. Bahiriva. So also in waking state, your own perception of the universe based upon your own experiences and your own memories, your own conditioning will appear as if it is real and it is outside. Yadhaiva shunye vetalo gandharvanam param yadha yadha akashe dvichandratvam tadvat satye jagat sthitihi. Just like you have the Gandharva Nagari in the clouds, in the truth of Brahman, the untruth of the universe appears to exist. Yadha Tarangakal, of course, the basic question is what appears to exist cannot be ignored because it is real at that point of time to that person in those circumstances. It has to be respected. That is why it is given Vyavaharika Satta status. Maya is given Vyavaharika Satta status. In practice, in Vyavahara, it is a reality. There are three realities. Vyavaharika Satta, and ultimate is Paramarthika Satta, Brahman, and in between is Pratibhasika Satta, reflected reality. The Jivatma, Vyavaharika Satta is the universe which appears. Jagat. Yatha taranga kallolayir jalameva spuratyalam patra rupena tambrahmi brahmandho Guys, tadha atmata. So just like even if there are waves and bubbles in an ocean, it's only the water which is the reality. So also, though there are many vessels made up of copper, copper is only reality, which you cannot see. Nobody can see copper. You can only see copper vessel. Nobody can see gold. You can only see a gold ornament or a biscuit or a coin. So you can only see the universe. You cannot see the reality. But abstraction, mental abstraction, you can make out there is what is called gold, which is behind all the forms of ornaments. Similarly, Brahman, God, Ishvara is behind the manifest universe. घटनाम्ना यथा पृथ्वी पटनाम्ना हि तन्तवः जगन्नाम्ना चिदा भाति ज्ञेयं तत्तदभावतः. So, घटनाम्ना यथा पृथ्वी. Prithvi is known through the pots. Patanamna hi tantavaha. And the cloth is seen only because of the threads. Jagannamna chidabhati. Only due to chit, this universe is seen. Jneyam tattad abhavataha. They are all not different. How the cloth is different from the threads, how the pots are different from the mud, how the ornaments of variety are different from gold, they are not. So this statement is justified by the Vedic statements in the mantra pushpam. You go to any temple, they will chant this mantra pushpam. Narayanam Mahajneyam Vishwatmanam Parayanam Narayana Parojyoti Atma Narayana Paraha Narayana Param Brahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha Yaccha Kinchit Jagat Sarvam Drishyate Sruyate Piva Antarbahishcha Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Sthitaha Anantam Avyayam Kavim Samudrentam Vishwashambhum. So these statements of Advaita are abundantly, clearly existing in the Vedic mantras, in chantings. Yatha somye kena mrutpindena sarvam hrunmayam vijnatam swad syadva acharam ambhanam vikaro namadheyam mrutiketyeva satyam. So the vikaras, the conditionings or the modifications of the mud are all these parts, but mud is the only reality. सर्वोपि व्यवहारस्तु ब्रह्मणा क्रियते जनैः अज्ञानान्न विजानन्ति मृदेवै घटादिकम्. Due to ignorance, people don't realize that there is only mud and there is no pot. सर्वोपि व्यवहारः तु ब्रह्मणा क्रियते जनैः. All activities are performed by Brahman only, just like all pots activities are performed only by the mud. कार्य कारणता नित्यमास्ते घटम मृदो यथा तथैव श्रुतियुक्ताभ्यां युक्तिभ्यां प्रपंच ब्रह्मणोरिहा. So there is a sambandha, relationship between the pot and the mud, that is karya and karana. So similarly, the universe and Brahman are related. Brahman is the cause and universe is the effect. It's a projection, manifest reality of the unmanifest Brahman. The same thing is explained in Purusha and Prakriti model of Sankhya. Purusha is manifest as Prakriti. It is not independent. Prakriti is not independent. Shiva is manifest as Shakti or this Jagat. Brahman is manifest as Maya of this Jagat. Sadaiva Atma Vishuddhosi Gruhyamane Ghate Yadvan Nritika Bhati Vai Balat Vikshamane Prapanchepi Brahmeva Bhati Bhasura. Even though the pots are visible to you as pots, it is only the mud which is really there. God alone, Brahman alone, Narayana, Shiva, Vishnu alone is there, appearing as universe. Due to ignorance, you cannot make it out. Fools think the universe is real. Sadaivatma Vishuddhosi Ashuddho Bhati Vai Sada Yadhaiva Dvividha Rajjuhu Jnanino Ajnanino Nishi. In the night, there is a snake-like substance, which is actually a rope. And Ajnanis, fools think it is a snake, whereas Jnani, the knower of true knowledge, realizes it is not a snake, but it is only a rope. By putting the light on. Rajvajnanad bhati rajjuryadha hi swatma jnanad atmano jiva bhavaha. Aptoktva hi brantino sena rajju jivo naham deshikoktva shivoham, 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 shivoham. Yadhaiva mrunmaya kumbhaha tadvad dehopi chinmayaha atmanatma vibhagoyam udhaiva kriyate budhaihi. So to differentiate the self and the body is also untrue, because body is a manifestation of the self. Sarvatvena yadha rajju rajatatvena shuktika, sarpatvena yadha rajjuhu rajatatvena shuktika, vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadhatmata. Mudha, fool, will think the snake is real, whereas there is only a rope. And so also, Mudha will think the body is real, whereas the self alone is real. Ghatattvena yadha prithvi patattvena tantavaha vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadhatmata. Same thing is being repeated in different ways. Kanakam kundalatvena tarangatvena vaijalam vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadhatmata. A mudha vimudha will realize the body, will feel as if the body is the self. I am the body. He who thinks like this is thinking falsehood, just like the waves being different from the water, or the gold being different from the ornaments, or the mud being different from pots. There is no pot, there is only mud. There is no ornament, it's only gold. There is no wave, it's only water or ocean. Kanakam kundalatvena tarangatvena vai balam vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadhatmata purushatvena vai sthanu jalatvena marichika vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadhatmata gruhetvena eva kasthani khadgatvena eva lohata vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadhatmata. To think I am the body is as foolish as to think all these objects made up of something else to be different from that something else. Yada avinashidu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam. In the Gita also, realize that with which everything is made is indestructible. Vinasham avyayasyasya nakaschit kartumarhasi antavanta ime deha nityasyokta parayana anasino aprameyasya. Only the forms are destructible, not the original material with which these forms are made. That is upadana karana. Yadha vriksha viparyaso jalad bhavati kasyachit tadvad atmani dehatvam pashyati ajnana yogataha. Just like in a water body, if you go and see, you will see the trees which are on the bank appear to be inverted. And also in the mirror, when you see, your left will turn into right and right will turn into left. That is transposition takes place. Is it real? It is not real. It is just appearing like that. And he who understands this will, oh, this is not my left, but this is my right. So these trees are not inverted as they appear in the water body, but it is opposite of it. Pitatvam hi yadha subhre doshat bhavati kasyachit tadvad atmani dehatvam pashyati ajnana yogataha chakshubhyam brahmasilabhyam sarvam bhati brahmatmakam tadvad atmani. You know, like suppose somebody is getting giddiness, his eyes are rotating, kalu tirutuna and sir fir raha hai. So to him the whole universe is going round and round. There is no such thing that happens. It is only his own internal problem that is making it appear to be so. Alatam brahmanene vartulam bhati suryavat tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnana yogataha viyogata. That is, you have a kurivi, that is, a stick burning flame. You rotate it round and round, and it is as if a circular fire flame. There is no circular flame. It is only like all our movies, he could have given the example of our movies, but that at his time there were no movies. Movie is nothing but fast moving still pictures. Mahatve sarvavastuna manutvam hi atdurataha tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyat ajnana yogataha. Just like, big planets and stars, which bigger than planets, they appear to be very small to our naked eye in the sky, night sky. Similarly, you are not able to see Brahman, you are only seeing the body as the self. Sukshmatve sarvavastunam sthulatvam chopanetrataha tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnana yogataha. In his time, there was some kind of a lens, microscope. He is calling it Upanetra. So microscope. By using it, he is able to see very small items like bacteria and so on as bigger. They are able to see even at that time. Kacha bhumo jalatvam va jalabhumo hi kachata tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnana yogataha. Just like in the Mayasabha, Duryodhana fell down thinking there is no water or only glass. Kacha is glass. Actually, it is water, though it appeared like glass, and vice versa. Appeared like water, but it is only glass. Yadvad agno manitvam hi mano hi vahnitapaman tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnana yogataha. Abhreshun satsu dhavatsu dhavanyadha shashi tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnana yogataha. So, in the sky, when you see, sometimes it appears as if the moon is moving. Moon is not moving, it's only the clouds which are moving. Also, when you sit in a train, as if you feel as if you are moving, whereas the reality is your neighboring train is moving. Yadhaiva digviparyaso mohad bhavati kasya chit tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnanabhan yogataha. So some people get digbrahma, they are stunned, they cannot make out head or tail. They are in a state of shock. So like that, you are getting deluded. Yadha shashi jale bhati chanchalatvena kasya tadvad atmani dehatvam pasyatya jnana yogataha. Like the moon is appearing to be moving in the waters which are moving. Evam atmanyavidyato dehadhyaso hidrishyate. Similarly, the body consciousness, identification with the body is happening due to this kind of error. Saeva atma parijnana liyate cha paratmani. The moment you realize your true nature as a self is only one, not multiple selves. Multiple selves may be appearing to exist in practice. Vyavasthito nana in Vaiseshika Sutras also is there. But actually later he proves that it's only one. Just like Prithvi and Apa, Vayu, all these are, even Akasha, there are appearing to be multiple. They are only one. Ultimately, the Tattvam, like, if you say Prithvi Tattvam, the table or chair or this earth or Jupiter or Mars or other planets, all this is only one Prithvi Tattvam, though there are in multiple instances. So also water, if you take water in your house or water in the lake or water in the river or water in Gangotri, water in Gaumukha or water in Yamunotri, water, all these are Mandakini, all these waters are appearing to be different, but they are actually same, one water. Similarly, space, the space of your house, the space of my house, right now in the cyberspace, we are all in one. So though the space of each house is different, there is only one space. And even now, the thought process, the mind, your mind, my mind, you are listening to me, whatever I am telling is getting reflected in your mind. The mind is also becoming one. So the self also, though myself, yourself is self, and so many selves, millions of billions of selves exist, self is only one. That has to be understood in the entire Vedantic literature, self is considered as only one. Jivatma, Paramatma are considered as only one. That is Advaita. Sarvamatmataya jnatam jagat sthavara jangamam abhavat sarvabhavanam dehata cha atmanaha. So oneself, when it is realized through this discrimination of analysis of what we have done till now, once you know that you are the self, S capital self, then you will not feel that you are the body. Atmanam sadatam janan kalam naya mahamate prarabdham akhilam bhunjan nodvegam kartumarhati. Oh Mahamati, don't get worried, don't get excited with anything in life. You spend your time by being established in the realization of yourself to be the one self, the supreme self. Atmanam satatam janan kalam naya. You lead your time, pass your time. Prarabdham akhilam bhunjan. Whatever experiences, adrichala avasantushto, whatever happens in your life, don't react in an excited manner. It is not worth. It is part of the illusion. Normally, it is now the issue of prarabdha karma. For a Atmajnani who has realized the self, right now we have explained what is that Atmajnana. The rest of the life, he has to just take things as they come, because that is the prarabdha, the fate accompli. What has happened in the past, what you have done in the past will show its results now, and you will not react to it. You will be taking as things they come. Prarabdham bhujyamanantu. So normally it is said that everybody, even the jnani, even the mukta jnani, he will have to experience the prarabdha, suffer it. But now he is going to take a stand. Even that is an illusion, because so-called experience of prarabdha is also part of the total maya. उत्पन्नेस्य आत्मविज्ञाने प्रारब्धं नैव मुञ्चति इति यत् श्रूयते शास्त्रात् तन्निराक्रियते अधुना. Now I shall reject the shastric statement that after our self-knowledge, even then prarabdha will not go away. Tattvajnanodayad urdhvam prarabdham naiva vidyate. If your tattvajnana has arisen, if you have reached self-realization, you have no prarabdha. Dehadinam asatyatvat, because your body and your mind, everything is realized as false. Only the self, pure self, Brahman, Bhagavan, Ishvara, God alone is realized as true. Yadha swapna prabodhataha. Just like when you wake up from the dream, you don't anymore suffer that dream. Karma janmantara kritam prarabdhamiti kirtitam. What is prarabdham? Prarabdham is a result of the karmas performed in this life or in the previous lives, many previous lives. Tattu janmantara bhavat pumso naiva asti karhichit. But for a self-realized soul, even the past lives don't have any existence. Therefore, prarabdha also is not valid for that person. Swapna deho yadha adhyastha tadheva ayam hi deha. You had a dream body when you are dreaming, the Sukshma Srira. When you wake up from dream, that body is gone. So similarly, the prarabdha of your Purva Janma, this Janma, is there only until your realization happens. So this is very important that you get self-realization. Upadanam prapanchasya mrudbhandasyeva kathyate ajnanam cheva vedante tasmin nashte ka vishvata. Kwa vishvata. So ignorance is the cause of the acceptance of the validity of the real world and of the experiences in your life, both prarabdha as well as other things. So the moment you have the jnana, when the ajnana has been destroyed, then where is the universe and where is prarabdha? Yadha rajjum parityajya sarpam grinhati vai brahmat tadvat satyam avijñāya jagat pasyati mūఢadhi. I have told many times, a fool will think the universe is real without realizing the Brahman or the self, which is the truth behind the universe. Rajjurupe parijñāte sarpa bhrante natishtati. The moment you realize that there is only a rope and no snake, adhishthane tadha jñāte. Once you realize that supreme self, which is you, which is the adhishthana, the only truth, prapancha sunyatam raje, the universe will become nothingness. Dehasyapi prapanchatvat prarabdhavasthiti kutaha. Ajnana jana bodhartham prarabdham bhakti vaisa. Only for ajnanis purpose the Shruti has told about prarabdha. Kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. Tasmin drishte paravare is again a quote from the Shruti, the Upanishad. Tasmin drishte paravare chindante sarvaja. So there are very strong statements in the Upanishads. Because the whole universe is a delusion and illusion, which will be transcended upon self-realization. The body is part of the universe, so that will also be transcended. Uchyate ajnair balachet tattada anardhadvayagamaha vedantamataha samchayato jnanamiti srutihi. If you accept prarabdha as a reality due to the intensity of ignorance, uchyate jair balachet tattada anardha dvayagamaha vedantamataha samchayato jnanamiti srutihi. According to the Jnana doctrine, Advaya Moksha, that is, moksha is realized only through Jnana, which is realization of Advaita, oneness. So, those statements in the Shruti, which are referring to Prarabdha as real, they have to be rejected. Tameva dhiro vijñāya prajñām kurvīta brahmanah nānujjāyan bahun shabdān vacho viglaha Viglapasamhita, this is Brihadaranyaka, Tripapanchanyadho Vakshe, Purvaktaseva Siddhaye, Taischa Sarvai Sadakaryam Nididhyasanamevatu. So now he is going to explain 15 different angas of Brahmajnana, which is integration of yoga and jnana. In the next several slokas, up to in the next we have how many slokas? 43 slokas are there. I think we'll do it tomorrow. So we will stop here and go for discussion on the Aparoksha Anubhooti.
Thank you, Prabhu Garu. Now people, as anyone has questions, you can raise your hand and you'll be unmuted so that you can raise your question. They are yet to come out from the universe. They are still wondering. Yeah. Pantul Garu. Sorry, you can unmute now. Yeah. Yeah, ask your question.
Guru Garu, this prarabdha karma is for each and every human being which are having birth, not only birth, for other animals also, I think. Because of their prarabdha karma only, they have different type of lives. So likewise, the great saints, or say Vivekananda or Paramahamsa, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, those people also will have prarabdha karma?
That's what you see. Normally, in the Upanishads and other important texts, there is a statement given the prarabdham bhujyamanam. In fact, Shankaracharya himself has statements in some other books that prarabdha has to be experienced. See, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has died out of cancer, throat cancer. And the reason given for that is that that is mentioned in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, that one Keshav Chandra Sen came to him and requested him to take his karma to him. He transferred the prarabdha karma of that fellow into his own body. So he has suffered the throat cancer and died. And similarly, Ramana Maharshi's case also, he had also cancer and died, some other cancer. I'm not sure how exactly he died, but these things are there. So even from disciples, they get this prarabdha karma transferred in addition to their own, if at all they have any their own. Because they have given up everything, they may not have much. But here what the stand Shankaracharya is taking is that the so-called prarabdha karma is also part of the Maya Jagat. Because when you are rejecting everything, like even Ravana Maharshi was in such a state, there is an operation to be done. He said, no need for any anesthesia, you operate directly. He got disconnected from his body. Not only he, many others I have seen in a demonstration in a yoga conference in 1972 in Mongir, in the Bihar School of Yoga. For an ordinary person, John Mumford from Australia, he came and spread his hand forward and took a big needle and pierced into the needle's his hand, saying, I have withdrawn from my hand myself. So the needle came from the other side. He had no pain. So these kind of things are there. In some other cases also, we know people have done operations without any anesthesia and they didn't have any identity. So these kind of states are there. So what Shankaracharya is now saying is, once you are realized, once you are liberated, what prarabdha karma? The whole universe has gone, the whole life is gone, the whole body is gone. So where is prarabdha karma? Like that he is telling.
Okay. There is one question in the chat box. What are Atma, Jivatma, and Paramatma?
Yeah, good question. In all the three, and of course you can add another three, Antaratma, Jnanatma. So, and also Sarvabhuta Antaratma. So all these different words, all these different words are having one common word. What is that common word? Tell me, Chitti Babu, what is the common word for all these words? Atma is common word.
Atma is the common one.
Yeah, so that is the thing we are talking about. All these are added attributes. Atma alone is the truth, the self. So actually, Pratyagatma is also there. You forgot to mention it. So here Pratyagatma means Pratyaksha, that is immediately, instantly being experienced always. I like that. That is also Atma only. Pratyaksha Atma. Jiva Atma is living Atma. Mamaivamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Manashasthani Indriyani Pragatisthani Karshati. My own Amsha, that is one small part. Lord says in 15th chapter, my own part is Jivatma. Mamayavamsho Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana Manashasthani Indriyani Prakritisthani Karshati Shariram Yadavapnoti Echa Apyutkriyamati Ishvara. He has used the word Ishvara for Jivatma. It enters into the body and exits out of the body. Vimudhananu Pashyanti, fools cannot see. Pashyanti Jnana Chakshushaha. So the Jivatma is the word used for the Atman manifest in the Jiva Loka, Mamayvamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. So, I have explained you Prachagatma, which is continuous instantaneous experience of I always. And Jivatma is a description of the entire cycle of birth and death and many births and many deaths, which is the soul, what we call soul in English, that is Jivatma. So now the Atma is common. So what we have explained till now is that if you normally think you are Jivatma, we are rejecting that. Because Atma is common, Paramatma means that which is everything, all Atmas. So just now we proved that in my lecture I explained that even though multiple instances of Atma exist, the Atma is only one. Like multiple instances of Prithvi exist, but Prithvi is only one. Multiple instances of Akasha exist, but Akasha is only one. Multiple instances of Apa exist, but Apa is only one. Multiple instances of mind, Manas exist, but mind is only one. As a Tattva, and that is Paramatma. So if you realize that you are Paramatma, then you are liberated. If you think you are Jivatma, you are in bondage. If you, the one which is continuously experienced always is Prachagatma. And Jnanatma is one which is experienced through Jnana. Antaratma is one which is inside witnessing everything. The same self. Only one self is given so many descriptions based upon the function, based upon the status, circumstances, conditions in which it exists. Is that clear, or you any doubt further on that topic?
Okay, now Srihari garu, you can ask a question.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, one basic question, sir. We understood during your lectures. Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Sir, during our lectures, we understood that of a Punarjanma, during the Punarjanma, Deham, this Atma will take one more Deham.
Yes.
As per their karma. So,
Yes.
what my point here is, sir, in the Shiva Sahasram or Shiva Namam, Thanu, when it is there, that Thanu means it is static. And at the same time, Ardham, one more Ardham is there is no place to move. That's why it is Thanu. And that's why my point here, whether the Atma is Chara Shakti or static Shakti it is having, when it is in the Punarjanma, Atma will select the body or Deham will come and to the Atma. If it is Chara means it cannot move because it is Thanu, because Aham Brahmasmi, both are same. So whether it goes or Deham will come to the Atma.
No. That is a very innocent question. See, moving, unmoving, these are all the characteristics of a particular state of existence, that is matter, Prithvi, right? So we are not talking of Prithvi. Sthanu literally means a stone, static. So we are talking of the Atma Tattva, which is Chaitanya Tattva, which is way beyond, it's independent of all the physical attributes, qualities like this. So the consciousness, see right now, when you are talking to me, you have the consciousness, I have the consciousness, that is Chaitanya. That is what the Chandala was asking. Annamaya, Annamaya, Dhava Chaitanya, Chaitanyameva. Your Chaitanyam, I am my Chaitanyam, they are identical, only the mind is different, the vasanas, samskaras and thoughts are different, and by this question and answer, even that difference is being bridged up and equated, and so myself and yourself are actually one and the same. If suppose you stop thinking and you are in deep meditation, when I teach meditation, Om meditation, we are all done. So what is happening in Om meditation? Mind is stopped, no thoughts are there, no perception is there. You are in the pure self-consciousness. Whether I am in that state or you are in that state, we are all in the same state of pure consciousness, correct?
Correct.
So that pure consciousness is self. All other vikaras are coming and going and coming and going depending on the sequence of events in past and That's why you see different universe, different life, different this thing, different that thing. It is like same Chaitanyam, same sunlight appearing in different pots of water. There are millions of water bodies in which the same sunlight appears as a reflection. So even the water bodies change, the sunlight is the same. So that in that way, the Atma Chaitanyam is one and the same. It is independent, unaffected with the contents of the bodies in which it is reflected. So those bodies, we have three bodies. Sthola Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, and Karana Sarira. As I told you, I think the other day I told you that Karana Sarira, like in the 15th chapter, he has explained. Mamaivamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva, that Karana Sarira is moving from one body to the other. That is the Jivatma, which is his own Amsha. Mamaivamsha Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhutaha Sanatanaha. Jiva Bhutaha, he said. And it is eternal, always there, because it's my part, Ishvara's part. And it attracts the Panchendriyas and the Manas from Prakriti. Prakriti sthani karshati. Srotram chakshus Amaivamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha Manas Shashtani Indriyani Prakriti sthani karshati. The five senses and the mind, which are there in the Prakriti, in their original form, it attracts them in the beginning. Prakriti sthani karshati. Sariram yada avapnoti. Then it will acquire a body that enters into the fetus in the womb of a pregnant woman. Then it after some time, say 100 years or 20 years, depending on the body it has taken, it will exit the body. Shariram yada avapnoti yacha apyutkriyamati. It leaves the body. Ishvaraha, he said it is Ishvara only, Ishvara's Amsha. Grihitva etani samyati. It carries it with it these five senses and the mind. So that mind contains all these impressions, vasanas. Accordingly, it will go into the next body and it will experience those things again. So what we are trying to do here in this process is to clean the mind. Yogas chittavritti nirodhaha tada drashtu swarupe avastharam. When the mind is cleared of everything, chittavrittis, vasanas, and therefore karma. Karma is nothing but the vasanas. According to the karma, the birth will come. Karma munna puttu jantu karma. So what we are trying to do in the yoga process, in the Raja Yoga and in the Jnana Yoga, which we are doing now, we are cleaning up the chitta so that no vasanas will be there and you are in yourself. Once you realize you are this pure self, unconditioned, pure consciousness, which is only one. There are no two. Ekameva advitiyam brahma, ayamatma brahma. The Shruti is declaring that this self is Brahman, this self is God. So you realize that you are God and you are not a man or an animal. So the moment you realize you are God, you are finished or everything is gone. That status is jnana sthiti, self-realization. Okay?
Okay.
Right, next.
Okay, sir. So one more point, sir. Here only, because this is also my innocent question only. Sir, this when we understood this ajnanam or this avidya, if we lost because of self-realization and all those things. When Ramana Maharshi, you told, sir, that Sarpi, that problem he is having, no, he never expressed the pain. That means whether he has detached from the Deha Anubhooti and Deha this one, or whether
Yeah, he can see all these people, they declared also, they see their body as a dead weight. See, like carrying their body. Ramana Maharshi declared many times, he's fed up with the services he is rendering to his body.
Whether that pain he will not feel it.
No, he sees his body like a chair or like a table.
Oh.
So that's why he said, I am serving my body like a slave, day in and day out. So it's a dead weight for them. They are waiting to get out of the body. They're very happy to get out of the body because they have already reached self-realization. See, now there are different people having different experiences in this issue of like my mother used to tell me that She is the pure self, and she sees herself in everyone, in me and in everything. And she is looking forward for giving up the body like a snake gives up its kubusam. That is, have you seen the kubusam? It gives the whole body away and goes away. So like that. So, and also these people, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also made statement many times, said his body is a dead weight, he is waiting for getting rid of it. And Ramana Maharshi also made this statement. And there are other instances also, like in Ramayana, there is one person, one rishi, he was doing penance for a long time. And he aimed at getting a body of a devata, and he was waiting to exit from this body into the other body. So we are only humans. Humans are animals, highest animal. But so this person, he was waiting for Rama to come to meet him before he leaves. It is like, I'll meet you at station, you come to station, like that. So Rama was wandering in the forest and he was wanting to meet this person. I'll tell you his name also. And so he went and met him finally. And when he went there, this person said, I'm waiting for you before I go. And Indra came to take him to heavenly body because his devata. Yeah, so and Rama could see Indra, but Lakshmana could not see. And this man, he enters into fire after having a chat with Rama, that I'm very happy that I met you finally. Because they all knew that Rama is coming, Rama is the avatar of Vishnu and so on. They wanted to meet him. So the moment he met him, I'm now happy, I'm going. So he just entered into the fire and his physical body became ash and he emerged out of the fire in the Devata body and he went with Indra to heaven. This is the description given in Ramayana. And Lakshmana could not see any one of this, but Rama saw everything. Okay, next question.
Okay. Lakshmi garu. Lakshmi garu, you can talk.
Namaste, Guruji.
Hmm.
I have a small doubt. As you said that I is the Atma, and we have to realize that this I is present in everyone, but every I is different from one another, isn't it? And
No, only the
how
mind
can
is
we
different.
differentiate?
No.
Mind is different.
I is the same. To realize
Yeah.
that
Atma, and that is Atma in
is the same. That is Paramatma. That is
But
God.
everybody, okay, but every individual, they behave and they act differently, no? Then
Because
God
of the mind.
is
Because of the mind.
present in everyone, as we
Because
say, that I.
they behave differently
Okay,
because of the samskaras, of the karma, vasanas.
Mm.
So those samskaras and karma vasanas are there in the mind. Okay, the mind is attached to the self.
Okay.
From one body to the other, it is moving after death. So as per the samskaras in that body of that person at that point of time, he will behave accordingly. So what we are trying to do is to destroy those samskaras.
So God has nothing to do.
God is nothing but the self.
Okay.
So it is
That
like
is
I
who
told you,
some.
like a reflection of sunlight in different pots of different waters. The water may be contaminated, pots may be big or small, but the sunlight will remain the same. If you remove the sunlight, there is no that. If you remove the self, nothing is there. Well, nothing. Everything is gone. So the self or pure consciousness or chit, chaitanyam, that is the only truth which is there in all bodies, but that has to be realized and that has to be established in. That is why we are having yoga and Vedanta. If you are established in it, then you are not affected. The moment you don't control your mind and don't stop your mind and don't be established in yourself, you are gone into the effects of the mind, vasana, samskaras, karma, everything you know very well. After finishing this lecture, what will happen, you know very well. So it is very, very difficult, very, very rare to be in that state. That is the yogas chittavritti nirodha tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. the Swarupa, Swarupanishtha, Swarupajnana, Swarupabodha, Atmabodha, Aparoksha Anubhooti. That is direct experience, not indirectly reading something and directly experiencing. That is called Aparoksha Anubhooti. That is the name of this text.
Okay. Right.
I
Okay,
think it's
then
over.
there is one more question in the chat box.
Hmm.
Chaitanya and
Okay.
knowledge. Pardon? Somebody has a question still? Lakshmi Garu? Okay. What Chaitanya and knowledge are same?
No, Chaitanya is consciousness. Knowledge is a process of the mind and intellect. You have to realize through the intellect, all this activity we are doing in Vedanta Darshana is through intellect only. Intellect is higher mind, but it has to result in the stoppage of the mind and intellect, at least temporarily, so that you are in your own true self, which is Chaitanya.
Okay. The other question is Dvaita, Advaita, difference ఏమిటి?
యా రామాయణం అంతా రాముడి సీత ఏమవుతుంది అన్నట్టుగా ఉందన్నమాట. బాగా చెప్తాను. సో అద్వైత ఈజ్ వన్ వితౌట్ ఎ సెకండ్. ఏకమేవ అద్వితీయం బ్రహ్మ. The nature of God, nature of Brahman, the supreme reality, the supreme truth is one without a second. So to realize that this self, I am Atma Brahma, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, Tattvamasi Aham Brahmasmi. These are the Mahavakyas, great sentences, great statements. To realize that you are that self, which is only one without a second, which is infinite, eternal. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. These are all the statements in the Upanishads, Mahavakyas, the Shruti. The ultimate truths are being declared out of the experience of the rishis involved. Like Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Yajnavalkya is the person involved. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is Bhrigu and Varuna who are the ones involved. In other Upanishad, the Uddalaka and others, Nachiketa and Kathopanishad. So that realization of one supreme self, only one self, and which is the only one, the reality, to be established in it is Jnana state, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, or Moksha state, Moksha Jnana. To deviate from it, due to Maya, due to Prakriti, it's very powerful. Prakriti and Maya are very powerful. We are always in a deviated state. We are always inside Maya. Everything is inside Maya. So only in that state you are outside Maya within yourself, and that is liberation, state of liberation. Paramatma, Atman, Advaita Sthiti.
Okay. Any more questions? Anyone still want to ask? Otherwise, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, what is that? The Maharshi name also he gave.
Yeah,
What is that? Yeah. You see that? What is that he's saying? I was about to tell that name. I was not sure. So,
the Maharshi name in Ramana is Sarabhanga.
Sharabhanga, correct. In Ramayana,
Yeah,
I was telling you about Sharabhanga. Yeah.
right. Okay, thank you very much, Prabhu Garu. I think people will start thinking again about self-realization and then wait for tomorrow's lecture.
But tomorrow there is a new model of Yoga Vedanta integrated model, which Shankaracharya has given. Normally, I'm teaching yoga, Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Vedanta, Jnana Yoga, which is separately taught, but he is going to integrate all the three, giving new definitions of what is asana, what is pranayama, in the perspective of Advaita. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Okay, Dhanyawad on behalf of everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we go for Pradhana. Sudhir Patarji. Yeah, you can do the Pradhana, please. Yeah, okay. You can unmute, isn't it? Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Where are you? Okay, I got your point. You can unmute now. Yeah.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओं ॐ सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
Dhanyawad. Thank you, Sudhir Patarji, for the Pradhana. And we raise for the national anthem now. जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm stopping the recording. Anyone has any questions?